I don't care what my circumstance look like. I don't care how I feel in a day, because it's a fact that I feel, but my feelings are not always fact. But one thing I do know to be factual is God is a deliverer. He's a deliverer. He's a healer. He's a way maker. He'll set you free. And baby, you don't even know you got free. I lay before you life and death, blessings and curses, right? You gotta choose.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you don't know. Cause girl in the club, she choose, say, going up.
Hello ladies, welcome back to another video. My name is Ivy, and this channel is Women's Life with Ivy. Girl, where we talk about some of everything. So if you're new to my channel, girl, go ahead and push the button. And if you're a returning subscriber, my girls, hey boo.
We've been paying do it for a night. Only one night though.
I don't know if I said hey boo first, but anyways, hey.
Stress, you can stress one night. Let the tears fall down one night. Only one night though.
So today, I want to talk to you ladies about being encouraged. Like, be encouraged, right? So, speaking of being encouraged, I am on a 14-day fast. It started out as a total no food fast, but it ended up being couple alternate days. I went 2-3 days without eating, ate 2 days, off 2 days, ate 1 day, off 3 days. So we working it out. So this right here is some juice that I made. Check out my other channel, Boo Bougie. Is that on there? Girl, look, y'all gotta stay with me. If you're gonna be here, you're gonna have to know you gotta stay with me. You gotta watch, you gotta pay attention. You might wanna watch me when the kids is taking a nap. Cause look, if I need my full attention, then you need to be paying full attention when you're watching me. But this is some fat burning juice. It's cucumber, pineapple, ginger, lemon, and lime. So, and I just put it in a cute little glass just to, cause I'm special. It's good when it's cold. So, excuse me. Let's get into this video about being encouraged. Ladies, on this journey of life, some stuff happened, some stuff come down the pipe, some stuff is just not favorable in our eyes, in our life, right? But we have to continue to persevere, right? And what persevere means to move in spite of. You know, I have a friend, he always says, change a thought, move a muscle. You gotta just keep going no matter what the adversity is, because in life is gonna be adversity. There's no way to get around it. It ain't got nothing to do with your financial bracket. It ain't got nothing to do with your family status. It ain't got nothing to do with your status just in the world. We're all going to have adversity. Don't look at people with money and think that they got it made and everything is easy. Yeah, they ain't worrying about their bill, but what else are they worrying about? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I like to just, I'm not going to say, and that's where the pause came in, I'm not going to say that I always have it right. I ain't getting on here. I'm not no therapist. I'm not no guidance counselor. None of that. I got 1 college credit and it's in psychology. So I'm a little smart. Just a little. But what I'm saying is, even when I fall short in my thinking pattern, I continue to lift myself up. You know, and not only do I lift myself up, but I have women and people around me who pour into me, who lift me up. So you gotta know that you're not the only one. You know, so many times we get in a place of woe is me. And I literally was just there, like having a whole pity party, right? And through some friends, because God does speak through people. If you don't think he do, I'm a living witness. This is a testimony that he does. And I had some people to pour into me to get me back to the other side of gratitude, right? So when I was driving home today, because, you know, I take my kids to school. And when I was driving back home, because I have to take her to school. But anyways, I was coming down my street And I just began to thank God, for this house that I'm in, for the environment that He has placed me in with my grandkids. So I'm forever grateful. And how dare I not be grateful? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like taking your eyes off the prize, right? God is the prize. As long as you got your eye on God, He's going to help facilitate some other stuff. You know what I mean? But not in our timing, in His timing. I get it, the loss of a loved one, the miscarriage, the divorce. I get all of that, the end of a relationship. I understand. I've been on every side of those coins. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm coming to you, I'm coming from a place of love and understanding. But I'm letting you know, like I said earlier, you can persevere. You can move through that. You can rise above your situation and your circumstances. Don't let where you are be the end all. I just did a short. It said, in the short, it said, this is your story. You tell it. You tell it. Can't nobody tell your story like you tell your story. Ain't nobody walk the walk that you walked. Our feelings, ladies, are valid. No matter what it is, our feelings are valid. And we need to feed into those feelings. I'm not saying stay there. I'm not saying stay stuck. That's not what I'm saying. Because I remember being stuck on the couch for a week, for weeks, for a month. I remember. When we talk about feelings, we got to really identify, is it our true feelings? Because what I do, if I'm feeling some type of way, let me just give you a scenario. If I'm feeling some type of way, okay, I just had a pity party, like I said. So I was sitting there, and even in those feelings, I knew that those feelings wasn't valid. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't. And I'm not even going to speak on it. I'm not going to give place to the devil. But what I'm telling you, even in the midst of feeling those feelings, I knew that they were not valid. I knew that God has done so much for me in my life. And I'm not talking about no mansion. I'm not talking about no Rolls Royce. I'm not talking about my mother still being in the land of the living till she's 200. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about like where I sit right now. God has fulfilled everything. And there's so much more if I hold on. The word says, be not weary in well doing, for you shall reap a harvest. Now, when is that harvest going to come? I can't tell you, baby. I can't tell you when my harvest is coming, but I see the fruits of my labor. When I tell you I see the fruits of my labor, I see the crying. I see the sleepless nights. God said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So God knows, God took on human form, so He understands exactly what it is we're going through. He understands the playing field has been leveled. When Jesus came, when God took on human form, in the form of Jesus, He leveled the playing fields. He said, baby, I know I got you. Baby, I understand I got you. Baby, you lost your mama, I got you. Baby, you lost your daddy, I got you. Baby, you lost your kids, I got you. You lost that job, I got you. You 600 pounds and you don't know what to do with yourself. Baby, I got you. All you got to do is trust and believe. He said, I'll never leave you and I'll never forsake you. That I'm with you always until the end of the earth, right? So when I look at that and I think about Jesus, girl, what just happened? Girl, I just crossed my legs. Girl, I'm talking about real easy, real comfortable, real effortless. Ma'am. Oh, I ain't tell y'all I'm 7 pounds down on my weight loss journey. Go on over to Boo Bougie and check that out. Girl, look, I got to say it when it comes because, girl, it be out the door. It be out the door. I be like, girl, I be videoing. I have to stop my camera. What was I talking about? And then I go back. I'm like, oh, that's what I was talking about. So anyway, girl, trust God. If you don't have a relationship with God, and let me say this, my relationship, like I talk about God all the time. God is a part of my foundation. He's a part of my DNA. He's a part of my breathing. He is the one who sustains me, right? I'm talking about from the top of my head my mental, my psyche, right? I'm talking about depression. He covers me, right? All the way down into my physical body. He covers me. And it's not by my own doing because I fall short. And that's why I'm so grateful that God put me in a place where I can show his people, because I don't get the glory for nothing I talk about. Now, if I'm talking about some nonsense, then that's me. But when I'm talking about God, I don't get no glory. That's all for him, not for me. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell you God has placed me and positioned me to where he needs me to be. Now, I may think I'm supposed to be here. God said, no, baby, I need you to be cruising right here. You good right here. I need you to idle right here for a minute, right? I need you to go through the trenches. So while you going through the trenches, you can let somebody else know that's going through the trenches, I got you. And you can let them know I got them too. You know, so many times, girl, look, I'm showing up with my legs being crossed. Ooh. But anyway, girl, so many times we feel like we're the only ones in that situation. And the reality of it is that's exactly where the adversary wants you. He wants you to think it's only you. Do you know how many countries we have? Do you know how many cities we have? Do you know how many towns we have? And baby, you think you the only one? No, you ain't. And when I tell you you ain't the only one, because I had to tell myself, then somebody else had to tell me. And I had to get it in my spirit that I'm not the only one. It's not a why me situation. It's not a pity party situation. You know what I'm saying? God said that I lay before you. I'm telling y'all, this is God talking. I always invite God in when I start this channel. My other channel, I don't readily say, God, what we're going to talk about today. But this channel, I'm very intentional, right? God said in his word, I lay before you life and death, blessings and curses, right? You got to choose. You got to choose. You know, God is not going to come in, kick your door down, and I mean the door to your heart, and invite you to partake in his goodness. You got to make a conscious choice to say, God, I'm going to follow you no matter what it look like. No matter what it look like. And I'm telling you, baby, I done seen some of them no matter what it look like, okay? Sleeping in my car. Sleeping with the lights off, sleeping with the gas off. You understand what I'm saying? Facing eviction, being evicted, losing a job, losing a husband, on the way to losing another husband. But guess what? God is still great. I don't care what my circumstance look like. I don't care how I feel in a day, because it's a fact that I feel, but my feelings are not always fact. But one thing I do know to be factual is God is a deliverer. He's a deliverer. He's a healer. He's a way maker. He'll set you free. And baby, you don't even know you got free. You be free and you the only one who don't know you ain't free. That you free. You free. And then you wake up one morning and you be like, that thing be lifted off of you. Lifted. That's what I mean when you be free and you don't even know, because God done already did it behind the scenes. It's impossible for us to think like God, right? It's impossible for us to even imagine or conceive what he has in store for us. You understand what I'm saying? And so many times people talk about money, 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 prosperity, prosperity, prosperity. Yes, God will bless you in those areas, right? He will. He does. Because he did it for me. He's doing it for me right now. I'm talking about like not having enough in my natural eyes to cover what needs to be covered, but I ain't missed a beat yet. That's what I'm talking about, covered, right? I ain't talking about mansions. I ain't talking about mansions. I need you to get on a level where God can instruct you and he can teach you. If you know everything and you got everything, what you need God for? What you need him for? If you feel like you the great I am, that you done figured this out, what you need God for? Oh, you don't? Baby, I do. That's a dangerous place to be, to feel like you don't need God. That's a dangerous place. Baby, if you going down that road, baby, I do not want to go with you. I don't. I love you, but I'm going to have to love you from a distance, right? Because God says in his word, there's a narrow path and there's the broad way. I don't want to be on the broad way. I've been on the broad way. For me, it wasn't nothing but destruction and chaos, mess, gossip. That's what's on the broad way. I don't want to be on the broad way. I want to be on the narrow way where I want to choke somebody, but I can't because I'm on the narrow path. I'm just telling you about me. Yeah, sometimes I want to choke somebody. I'm saying being filled with God, loving God, knowing that he fights my battles because he told me that he'll fight my battles. But sometimes God takes too long. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes he takes too long and I want him. I want him got right there, right? And soon as I get to fixing some stuff, as soon as I get to showing you who I am, as soon as I get to showing you, you can't disrespect me, guess where I end up? Let me take a sip while you guess. Yep, I end up in jail because I'm working on my own devices, right? I done ease God all the way out. Just be there for me. Help me get some bail money. You understand what I'm saying? Like minimizing God to bail money. How do you minimize God to bail money? Why you couldn't look for him and ask him before you even got to that stage, right? Because the Bible tells us to anger, right? And I'm telling you what the words say. The Bible says to anger and sin not. I just told you that God took on human form. So he understands what it is we going through. He understands how we think better than we do. Better than you think you got all the answers. You think you know it all. God said, look at this nut. Now, you know what? I knew she was going to do it because I know her. Yeah, she jump on that hamster wheel. She get to turning and spinning. You know, she got a little, something to eat. She got something to drink. And she content on that hamster wheel. And guess what? I got to let her be content until she come back to the truth, right? Sometimes it take a minute to come back to the truth. Now, I'm just telling you about me. I was at church and the pastor was talking about whatever platform you on, whether that's your job, whether that's at a baseball game, whether that's at a grocery store, it's at a red light, take God with you because some people only get to experience God through you. So when I come to you, I'm sharing with you, this is me. This ain't no, and look, it ain't no script. It ain't no lights, camera, action. It ain't no, this what we plan to talk about today. It ain't nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about until God tell me. And the word today was encouragement. That's what the word was today, encouragement. I tell y'all my flaws. I tell y'all my shortcomings because I want y'all to know just because you don't feel like you're perfect or you're worthy, God is still able. God said, come as you are. Come as you are. Be open. Be willing, right? And he'll do the rest. But you got to come, right? So I love the space that I'm in. I love the space that I'm in. Some people might look at me and say, I'm in a season of lack, right? Some people might say that. I'm not going to point no names out. I'm not going to call nobody out because I'm not going to give no place to the devil, right? But some people might say, you in a season of lack. They done counted up everything I don't have, right? They done counted till they tired of counting. That's how much they done counted against me, right? Baby, when I tell you, if you ain't checked out my last vlog, baby, I'm in the winning season. That's what season I'm in. I'm not in no season of lack. I'm in the winning season. You look, you better ask somebody. Because when God does something, he doesn't need an author. He doesn't need a co-signer. He don't need nobody to play it back. He don't need nobody to say, I remember when. He don't need nobody to say, let me stick this to the wall and remind you of where you at. Like you was so low. You was so desperate. You was doing the unthinkable. You was doing the unimaginable, right? You got folks that stick that stuff on the wall and they try to remind you of your past. But I'm here to let you know, when God forgives something, baby, that thing is out of here. I'm talking about like the baseball game when the umpire or the referee or whoever, I ain't real fluent in baseball, but when they come on and they say you out of here, God said, I done forgave that thing. And what I suggest to you, I ain't read it in the Bible. It could be in there, but I ain't read it in the Bible, right? Like I told y'all, I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. I don't walk this walk perfect, right? I remain teachable, right? In a state of correction, right? Because God comes to correct us, right? So when I tell y'all, see, I lost my train of thought again, but I'm not going to turn the camera off. I'm just going to let it do what it do. Because the devil is a liar, right? Excuse me. When I tell you that God will fix any situation that you're on. See, when I do these videos, like a lot of times when I go in and I edit my mistakes or whatever, like a lot of people do with their edit. But I'm telling you, I know it's a trick of the enemy, because like I say all the time, if I reach one person, then I've done my job, right? And the enemy don't want me to reach that one person, because if I reach that one person, right, then I'm being obedient to the will of God, right? Where God says in his word, like, I am my brother's keeper, right? I'm my brother's keeper. I don't want to see anybody perish, because baby, I know y'all heard this saying, but one thing for certain and two things for sure, baby, it is a heaven and it is a hell. Now you choose this day where you want to spend eternity, right? I may not get it all right. I may not say it all right. I may fumble over my word, but guess what? I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from my heart, and I'm telling you about the goodness of Jesus, right? Now, if you practice something else, that's on you. I have friends that practice other things, but guess what? I live by example. The example ain't always perfect, but I live by example, trusting and believing God, because I say on my channel, I don't know if it's all the time, but I said it once or twice, I know how to get some money. I know how to get some money. But at what cost? At what cost? Look, I'm good with my tools and fuse. Tools and fuse. I'm good with it. Because God multiplies it. God said he'll give you good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Baby, you ain't going to have room. You ain't going to have room. He said your cup will be running over. You ever make something and it runs over? That means you had enough to fill the cup and you had some that ran over. That's what that means. Let God's blessing overflow in your life. Let God's word overtake you. I'm not saying you got to be perfect. I'm just saying you got to trust, try, and believe. That's all. That's all. You know, God just brought this to me. There's a way that seems right unto man, but in the end, there's death. You know, it's always a death on this planet, on this earth. We were born to die. Physically, we were born to die. But when God is talking about death, he's talking about hell. Now let's be real clear. He's talking about hell. Because when you die in this life, your physical body dies, but your spirit, your spirit gets to live on, right? Girl, I tell y'all, I started talking and God do the shifting. And I'm all right with that. I'm more than all right with it. I invite it in. Like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I let God lead, right? So I love you. I hope this video encouraged you. I hope this video inspired you, whether it's to a plethora of things. Buy a house, move in a house, move in an apartment, move out your car into an apartment. Take the necessary steps. I'm just saying, get that job. Apply for that job that you think you ain't worthy of. When God calls you, He qualifies you. He put you in spaces and places that you don't even know how you got there. That's what God does. I'm here on this YouTube platform. Never in a million years did I think I would start this channel. I didn't even think I was going to start my other channel, right? God just does what He does. I love making videos. I love making videos. I love making videos. I didn't say the money. I said I love making videos. I love being able to talk to God's people and let them know that if I could do it, you could do it, right? Yeah, sometimes it gets difficult. A lot of times it gets hard. The struggle is real. But guess who's realer? God. I love you all. Until next time. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. Until next time. Because if the Lord say the same and the creek don't rise, it will be a next one. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If this video encouraged you, motivated you, and ma'am, we don't even need no like, no none of that, no subscription, no none of that. If this video brought you to Christ. If this video, God said in Romans, I don't have my Bible or my phone with me, but I believe it's Romans 10:13, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth that God raised Jesus from the dead, and He now sits, something like that, He said, in heaven. But if you believe in Jesus, because the only way to the Father is through Jesus. See, that's what I'm telling you. I'm not perfect. I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't know all the scriptures, right? But I know that I love God. I know that He has been there all my life. All my life. This guy right here, I had a diaper stuck down my throat. I was some months. I was premature. I weighed 3 pounds. I believe it's 3 pounds. I was born 3 months early, I believe. So when I tell you, I got the evidence that God has been there all my life. Romans 10, it's either 10:9 or 10:13, but I'm going to put it in. Y'all know I will. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.
You can never be what I am, but as long as He with me, that's what it's gonna be.